Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today we've got wonderful news, including a Pokemon TCG themed shop, about which I'm very excited, and a bag which comes with a Pokemon TCG book, about which I'm very excited, and some really important news about the Pokemon World Championships if you are thinking about attending. So let's start off with some news that came out on the Hong Kong Pokemon website about a Pokemon TCG store which is going to be opening. And look, this is the image they've gone and put on the website. And you can see very clearly there are images here of Giratina and Palkia and Dialga and some littler Pokemon. But it says right there on the top of the store, Pokemon TCG. So come on. Seems about right, ladies and gentlemen. And what's weird is they haven't given us that much information, and it doesn't seem like there are any promos, but there are hats. Now, this is Google translated, so, take it with a pinch of salt. But what it says is, Giratina, one of the legendary Pokemon, is said to haunt the ancient temple of another world, but no one has ever found this mysterious country. However, recently a trainer found the trace of the legendary Pokemon in the LCX. From July the 22nd to September the 4th, 2022, Pokemon TCG Disappeared Temple of Another World will appear on LCX. In addition to a number of legendary Pokemon appearing in the Temple of Another World, you can also see more than 300 Pokemon trading cards in the same field, and there are also Pokemon that collect a variety of original Pokemon Center products. There is also a Nintendo Switch Pokemon video game area, and a Pokemon trading card game battle area in the Dreamworld Commodity Store where you can learn from other trainers. I know! You can also get a chance of getting free Pokemon hats, which is quite nice. So we've got some images of the store here. They're not brilliant, but this image seems to show a big display of Pokemon TCG cards, which I think is what they were talking about with the 300 Pokemon trading cards in the same field. You can see there are a number of things which are for sale, TCG and otherwise. And here you can see, there is clearly a Nintendo Switch area, and they've got standees of the first partner Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet, as well as your legendary Pokemon. Now, this suggests that there are clearly demo stations for the Nintendo Switch. And there are clearly standees for Generation 9, the new game Scarlet and Violet, but I've heard nothing about a demo, so I don't believe there will actually be a demo of Scarlet and Violet. Would love to be wrong, because that means it's coming somewhere else. And then you can see you've got V-Star, and you've got some V-Star Pokemon behind Mewtwo there. And it is literally Arceus, Palkia, Giratina, and Dialga. So yeah, that seems pretty gosh darned exciting. It's a Pokemon TCG store opening up in Hong Kong. I've not been told about any particular... LCX, by the way, is just like a building, a centre, whatever in Hong Kong. I've not heard about any promos or anything. If there are, I will update you. But certainly if you're around the Hong Kong area, this seems like an awful lot of fun. Now, something that appeared on Amazon this morning, and I definitely didn't go and pre-order on a whim, was this bag. Now, here's the thing. This bag itself, it's a Pokemon card game shoulder bag. Now, what is extremely weird here is that it's called Pokemon Card Game Shoulder Bag. Literally called Card Game Shoulder Bag. That's very important. And it reads, an official brand book from the popular Pokemon card game has arrived. The special item of this magazine is a shoulder bag of a wire, which has a leather-like tag and Pikachu silhouette stamped on it. Blah, 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 blah. In the magazine, we have posted several comments from celebrities who love Pokemon cards, including an interview with Ryogo Matsumaru. I don't know who that is, incidentally. I am sorry. The internet's been invented, hasn't it? This seems like the kind of time where I could just Google that person's name and find out who they are. It's a television personality in Japan, apparently. So there we go. The weird thing is, over on Amazon Japan, there are 10 pictures of this bag. There is a picture showing the lovely Pikachu tail tags. There are various pictures showing it open and the lovely things you can store inside. And to be fair, this image shows a Switch, It's actually that playmat I didn't get, which makes me really sad. A Pikachu plush and a deck box, which is clearly what my bag's going to look like. Or you can just store 2 bottles of water, and that's literally it, which I find very, very strange. Or hey, maybe a bunch of beauty products if that's what you're into. Or maybe you're a more professional person and you've got lots of stationery. I kid you not, all of these images are up there. And there are no images whatsoever of the actual book. So I'll be honest with you, I pre-ordered it because it's a Pokemon TCG related book. It could be really cool. If nothing else, the bag's kind of lovely, and if I don't use it, I guarantee my 4-year-old daughter will go absolutely crazy for this bag. In fact, even if I want to use it, there's a chance I'm not allowed to use it because my 4-year-old daughter will go crazy for it. But it does strike me as just a little bit weird that it's literally called the Pokemon card game shoulder bag, and it's got about the book in the description, and yet there is absolutely no information about the book in terms of pictures, just a very quick, hey, it's got some interviews, including some celebrity. It's weird, all right? But it's actually, this will ship internationally, and it's something like 25 quid, including postage from Japan. So it's one of those things that it's almost worth, just for me at least, it's worth pre-ordering on a whim just in case it's really cool. Because things like this, sometimes they stay in stock forever, sometimes they go out of stock super quickly. It's a weird Pokemon TCG curiosity, and it's one that I'd rather not miss out on, honestly. So yay! But then World. Now this is really weird, right? Because Pokemon have gone and told us that registration is opened for World's competitors. And that's not a particularly big deal, alright? Except it opened at 1 in the morning. 1:04 a.m. UK time. Bearing in mind, Worlds is in the UK this year. So you would think that World stuff would be running on UK time, and this tweet went out at 1 in the morning. Doesn't really matter if I'm honest with you, because competitors, it's fine. Competitors just have to register, before the tournament. Their spots are essentially put aside for them. If you've qualified, you've got your spot. Life is good. And you can go onto the website now and you can register online. What is important is that registration will take place completely online. So I would get to doing that sooner rather than later. Right now, over on the website, you can go and register for the Pokemon TCG, Pokemon VGC, and Pokemon Go. Pokemon Unite registration is not yet up. That is going to happen at some point in the future. That's happening a little bit differently, so don't worry too much. Pokemon Unite teams will need to complete online team registration and rosters through Battlefly. But that registration is not up yet, so, take your time, I suppose. It is important to note eligible players must be present to pick up a welcome kit. Welcome kits will not be distributed to anyone other than the eligible player and will not be shipped to players who do not attend the event. Bearing in mind that the welcome kits have got the world promos in, your playmat, etc. These are great. You will want these, so do make sure you go and pick them up. Now, what is very, very cool, all competitors will receive 1 competitor badge and World's lanyard, plus 1 spectator badge for a guest or parent and guardian. I'm sure in some years you've only had those as seniors. I could be wrong about that, please don't quote me on that. But the point is, everybody gets a spectator badge. That's amazing. You don't get any swag with it, you just get the badge. Any extras must be bought online. We'll get there in a moment. All competitors who RSVP online and show up in person will be guaranteed a welcome kit, but substitute products may be provided if necessary. If you do not RSVP in advance, you will still be allowed to play, but you may not be guaranteed to receive a welcome kit. And you want the welcome kit, trust me, they're great. Well, it happens every other year, so please, 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 please bear in mind you need to do this sooner rather than later. But what about everything else? What about spectators? What about last chance qualifiers for Pokemon Go and Pokken Tournament? What about the London Open? Well, they are going up today, starting at 9 a.m. or 4 p.m, depending on your time zone, 5 p.m. or 12 a.m, and 8 p.m. and 3 a.m. Yes, for some reason, and I suppose I do understand it, but those times are really convenient for people in the Pacific time zone and not that convenient for people in UTC, Universal, like people in Europe, where Worlds is. Now, UTC, as it stands at the moment, is actually an hour behind the UK, because we're in British summertime. What that basically means is that UK time, these are actually going on sale at kind of annoying times. Now, 5 p.m. is fine, but then it's 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. So if you want a spectator badge, etc., bearing in mind that the majority of people who want these are going to be Europeans, they're at really awkward times. It's the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. That first slot is going to be rough. And the reason for this is extremely simple. The Pokemon Company International, who are running Worlds, they are run out of Seattle in Washington in the US, and their local time zone is Pacific. So they're basically running it in their time zone, which is completely understandable, but Worlds is happening in Britain, in the UK, in London, and these registration times are great if you're on the west coast of the USA, but the majority of people who are going to be attending Worlds, especially as, these aren't qualifiers and competitors, these are people who are rocking up unqualified to take part in the festivities. They are going to be people that are coming from the UK and elsewhere in Europe, and I'm sorry, these times are not convenient. 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the UK? That's not good times, ladies and gentlemen. That is not good times at all. If you're a British player who wants to take both your parents to Worlds, you better get in on that 5 p.m. British time slot, or else you ain't getting much sleep. For anyone that's wondering, I know I said that TPCI has run out of Seattle, but remember, they're going to need the IT engineers, the website people, to be there for if there are any problems. Basically, they need the people who manage this stuff to be awake in order to actually deal with any issues that may arise, which is why it kind of has to be done at Pacific time, but man, that's not convenient for people living in the time zone where Worlds is happening. For anyone that's wondering, so we've basically got spectators. That means you just rock up and walk around and have some fun, play side events, etc. Pokemon Go and Pokemon Tournament DX are actually having last chance qualifiers. That is where you turn up without an invite and enter a tournament to earn an invite at the event. So you go with Pokemon Go not having an invite, and you enter a tournament, and the top X number of players will actually get an invite, which is brilliant. Same thing with Pokemon Tournament. You go without an invite, you enter an event, and if you actually end up placing high enough, you will get into the event. And then you've got the Pokemon TCG and Pokemon VGC London Open, which is basically where it's like a regional. It's like an on-site regional where you can basically earn championship points towards 2023 Worlds qualification, which sounds like fun to me, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. And I know a lot of people really enjoy this. Some people have criticised it because it takes away from the main event. Don't play in it. It's one regional. Not everyone's going to top every regional. I understand that feeling of, but I've got to play in it so I can get points for next year. I get that. But what would you rather do? Them not run it? No, I like this. This is cool. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to know. Oh, I should say, if you rock up to the event, you need to obviously go and pick up your badge, competitor packs, etc. You can do that Wednesday through Sunday at various times. Wednesday is 5 till 8 p.m. Do remember, if you're competing at Worlds, then you may well be competing on the Thursday. You need to pick your stuff up on the Wednesday. That is very, very important. So even though Worlds doesn't start until Thursday, Worlds is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there is, on Wednesday, they're open 5 till 8. And obviously, they start at, 9 a.m., whatever time it is, on the Thursday. So clearly the Wednesday is the setup, get ready to roll day. This all sounds very excited. I am definitely going to Worlds this year. I am very excited. Do make sure that if you're going to Worlds, you come and say hello. Oh, I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, I want to know what you think about this, what you think about that Pokemon shop, what do you think about that Pokemon bag, and anything else you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other games. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel. You can get pretty much weekly bonus podcasts where I just answer all your Pokemon questions you've got. We have a lovely Discord where people chat about all things Pokemon. It's a lovely time. So come on by, like the lovely Javier B. Garcia does. And of course, lovely people who support on the Patreon are now going to get shout-outs regularly on this channel. So if you want to be a lovely person like Javier Garcia, do consider checking it out. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.